Yeah, hello, my dear students. So in the part four of this that video, where we are going to learn about this the differences between the SN1 and SN2 reaction. Okay, so very important. Okay, na. So listen to me that carefully. So first, let us know that SN2 beta. Okay. So actually for our that understanding purpose and the otherwise that so the total that 11 points just I written in that only that one page. So if you want, you people can get the screenshot now. Yes, now I can come. So I'm going to continue. Um, so to reduce our that regarding the video, so that's why just I written that before only. Yeah. So in the previous parts of the class, just where we are already learned, SN2 means that two molecules are going to be participate in that chemical reaction. So that means that it is followed by only that one step mechanism. But whereas this one, SN1 means that unimolecular, it is a two-step mechanism. So unimolecular means that only substrate only is that participate in the chemical reaction. But what about over here? Here the two molecules means that bimolecular. Bimolecular means what better? Like a substrate, okay? Substrate, that means that reactant and uh, nucleophiles, that both are going to be participate in the reaction. And it is that only that one step mechanism. But what about over here? Only it is the two-step mechanism. It is that unimolecular. Unimolecular means that too only the substrate. Only substrate. Otherwise, that reactant only is that participate in that chemical reaction. That too in the two step of the mechanism. Like that one is that slow step. Another one is that fast step. Okay. Next, come to the third point. Here, the product in the SN2 mechanism, the product is going to be formed. Means the formation of the product is mainly depending upon by the formation of transition state. Okay. First means before going to form the product, first in that SN2 mechanism, first the transition state is obtained. Okay. So in that previous part, we are already learned in the transition state, what happens better? The attacking group is going to be attacking on that opposite side. Okay. Opposite side of the living group. Isn't it now? With the help of the solvents. Okay. Next, what about over here in SN1, the formation of the product is depending upon what? Formation of carbocation. దీన్ని మనం ఏమంటాం? What we say? Reaction intermediate. What is that? Reaction intermediate. So once if the carbocation is obtained, how the carbocation is obtained? Whenever, see better, whenever that alkyl halide on breaking of this one, that remaining part can be converted to cation, and this one can be halide ion is contains that negatively charges. So this part, the alkyl group means that carbocation, whenever it contains that lone pairs are there na. Okay. Otherwise that if any heteroatom is there like that in the previous part, we are already learned. Okay na, please check it once in the previous part of the video. Okay. So అదే ఇది ఉండడం వల్ల, so due to the formation of this that carbocation, what happens better, that product is going to be obtained in that rearrangement అవుతుంది. Okay na. But what about here? Directly from that transition state that the product is obtained, so that's why there is no possibility for the rearrangement in that SN2. Clear? Yeah, so let us continue. So as I said that fourth point, there is the no possibility, means that there is no possibilities are there in the rearrangement, because it's the directly after the formation of the transition set that the product is obtained. But what about over here? The carbocation, due to the formation of this that carbocation, ikkada rearrangement annadi form avutundi. Next, fifth point. Here in that SN2, the reaction is the favored by polar aprotic solvents. Means what? We are already known. What is that? It is that absence. Otherwise that without our what? OH bond, otherwise NH bond. The reaction is that favored by polar aprotic solvents. What about over here? In SN1, the reaction is that favored by polar protic solvents such as HOH, okay, acetone, alcohols like OH group, okay, like this. And what about here that polar aprotic solvents? DMF, dimethyl formamide, DMSO. Okay, so these are the examples for polar aprotic solvents. Next, the SN2 reaction is mainly given by, that means that the preference, just the SN2 reaction is mainly, I'm sorry, beta. Yeah. So SN2 reaction is mainly given by methyl halides. That means the reactivity. So this is the order. See beta here. In that previous part, I'm already told SN2. This is that reactivity order towards SN2 of the nucleophiles. Means that reactivity of these that alkyl halides towards the nucleophile. దేనికి ఎక్కువ reactivity ఉంటుందంటే methyl halides. So that's why that SN2 reaction of that product is mainly proceeds by the methyl halide only, because this one is having more reactive. Okay, and whereas the tertiary alkyl halide is the least opposite ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. ఏంటిది అది? in SN1 in SN1 tertiary alkyl halide is having more reactive towards nucleophile. So that's why in SN1 the reaction is mainly given by tertiary alkyl halide. Clear? And here methyl halide. Clear beta? Next, in SN2 the mechanism is favored when that nucleophile is anion. Compulsory ikkada nucleophile ఏమై ఉండాలి beta ikkada? Anion. Yaar, we know that obviously that nucleophile is that negatively charges anion only. But what about here? In SN1 nucleophile is should be what? Neutral. Okay now. Next, SN2 here the reaction velocity, that means that reaction speed is mainly depends on the concentration of nucleophile. దేనిపైన డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది? Concentration of nucleophile పైన డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. But what about here? It is that independent, means that reaction velocity is independent on the concentration of nucleophile. Why? Because it is neutral beta. ఎందుకు? ఇది న్యూట్రల్. ఇక్కడ ఇది చార్జ్ ఉంటుంది, అందుకే ఇది దానిపైన దాని ఆ స్పీడ్ అంటే వెలాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ద రియాక్షన్ ఇస్ డిపెండ్స్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ హియర్ ద కాన్ఫిగరేషన్. సో కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ is mainly said to be depending upon what? Optical activity, optically active compound. So optically active compounds ఎప్పుడు పాసిబుల్ అయి ఉంటుంది? Whenever it contains chiral carbon, whenever it contains chiral carbon, then it undergoes that configuration. So what type of that configuration is the possible in SN2 అంటే it is that one step mechanism కాబట్టి inversion మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. That means inversion అంటే ఏంటి బేటా? The attacking of that nucleus, means that nucleophile is that attack on opposite of living group. ఓకేనా, దాన్ని ఇన్వర్షన్ అంటాం. మరి ఇక్కడ రెసిమైజేషన్ లో ఏమవుతుంది? రెసిమైజేషన్ లో ఇట్ ఈస్ ద టూ స్టెప్ మెకానిజం, స్లో స్టెప్ అండ్ దట్ ఫాస్ట్ స్టెప్. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ ఏంటిది ఇక్కడ టూ ఫామ్, ఏంటిది అది? రిటెన్షన్ ఒకటి, ఇన్వర్షన్ ఒకటి. రిటెన్షన్ అండ్ ఇన్వర్షన్ రెండు ఫామ్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ in SN2 the rate of the reaction is mainly enhanced. Very important point, the rate is mainly enhanced when the substrate of that heteroatom, I'm already told heteroatom means what? The different atom, that different atom should be present on what? Beta carbon. దేనిపైన ఉండాలా heteroatom? Beta carbon. Otherwise that pi bond, pi bond means like the double bond, otherwise like a benzene ring should be present on that gamma carbon of the living group. Living group నుంచి gamma carbon beta. Okay na, gamma carbon అంటే ఏమంటాం ఇప్పుడు? సపోజ్ దిస్ వన్ ఇస్ దట్ క్లోరిన్, ఇక్కడ ఒక కార్బన్ ఉంది CH2, ఇది ఆల్ఫా, ఇది బీటా, ఇది గామా అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా, సో దీనికి ఇంకొక డిఫరెంట్ ఆటం అటాచ్ అయ్యి ఉండాలి, లైక్ దట్ OCS3 టైప్. ఓకేనా, like OCS3 type should be attached like this. Okay, next what about over here? SN2 low, once again what is that? The rate of the reaction is that enhances at what time? Whenever that substrate, the substrate of heteroatom should be present on beta carbon. Okay, and the pi bond is present on gamma carbon of the living group. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి హెటెరో ఆటమ్ షుడ్ బి ప్రెసెంట్ ఆన్, ఇక్కడనేమో బీటా కార్బన్ బెటా, SN1 లో ఆల్ఫా కార్బన్. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ పై బాండ్ అన్నది ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి, ఇక్కడ గామా కార్బన్ ఆఫ్ ద లివింగ్ గ్రూప్, ఇక్కడ ఏంటిది బీటా కార్బన్ ఆఫ్ ద లివింగ్ గ్రూప్ పైన ఉండాలి. దెన్ దట్ రియాక్షన్ is that enhances. So this is the differences between that SN1 and SN2. Is that very easy method? Okay na? So if you want, just you can get the screenshot. And so after completion of this, I will try to write down that few more important, sorry, first of all I need to be clear this page. Just a moment. Yes, beta. So here I need to give that few important points regarding that SN1 and SN2. Okay, let us know that first one, very important one. Yeah, okay dear. Okay dear. So this is the very important point. So that's why I given as that just I framed these that points as that questions wise. See beta, when what about this one, what is this one, this is that methyl. Okay, and primary alkyl halide. So that means that methyl halide and primary alkyl halide gives SN2 and SN1, or SN only SN1 or only SN2 beta. Huh? These are the lower one. So lower one can give the higher one. And this is that SN2 gives only SN2. Only SN2. What about this one beta? What about this one? The secondary alkyl halides. Huh? Secondary alkyl halides gives both SN1, gives SN1 and SN2. But whereas the tertiary alkyl halides, okay, the tertiary alkyl halide gives is that higher number ki edi vallu manam lower ante chinnadi, gives only SN1, only SN1. Next, so these three are the you know better. Next, what about the fourth and the fifth one? Benzyl and allyl halides gives. Okay, yeah, I would try to give that little bit that explanation about this, that benzyl. What is the benzyl beta? Benzyl means this is the benzene. Okay, this is the benzene ring. What about this one? Is it said to be as that benzyl? No, it is said to be as that phenyl. So what is the benzyl? దీన్ని ఏమంటాం మనం, వాట్ వి సే, ఫినాయిల్ అంటాం. మరి బెంజైల్ బేటా, దిస్ వన్ సి, this one, this one is, this compound is said to be as that benzyl? No, it's the toluene. Yeah, it is the toluene. That means simply we can have that methyl benzene. So see here what I am saying, like that easy method. Whenever we remove that one hydrogen from this one, from over here, not the benzene ring, okay, from aliphatic chain loంచి మనం తీసేసినప్పుడు, then how can we write this compound? See, CH3 is now converted as that CH2 and one valency is there. It is known as what? Benzyl. It is known as benzyl. Chalo beta, just remove that one more hydrogen from over here. Then ఇప్పుడేమంటాం దాన్ని, ఆ బెంజైల్ కాస్త ఏమవుతుంది, హియర్ CH2 is converted as that CH. Vacancy is that 2, ఇక్కడ ఒకటి ఇక్కడ ఒకటి. అదర్వైజ్ దట్ సింప్లీ వీ కెన్ సే దట్ డబుల్ బాండ్ ఆల్సో, ఇక్కడ డబుల్ బాండ్ కూడా పెట్టుకోవచ్చు మనం. ఓకేనా? సో బెంజైల్ కాస్త ఏమవుతుంది అప్పుడు, బెంజాల్. ఏమవుతుంది, బెంజాల్. చలో బెటర్ జస్ట్ ట్రై టు రిమూవ్ దిస్ హైడ్రోజన్ ఆల్సో ఫ్రమ్ ఓవర్ హియర్. ఈ ఉన్న ఒక హైడ్రోజన్ కూడా తీసేస్తే దెన్ హౌ కెన్ వి రైట్? Ella only one carbon and valence is that 3. Okay, so here that valence is that 3 means whether it may be that 3 single bonds, otherwise that one double bond and one single bond, otherwise that one triple bond. ఇలా ఎలాంటి కాంపౌండ్ అయినా మనం జస్ట్ వీ కెన్ గెట్ ఓవర్ ఇయర్. చలో మరి దీన్ని ఏమంటాం? బెంజైల్, బెంజాల్, అండ్ దిస్ కాంపౌండ్ షుడ్ బి బెంజో. What is that? Benzo, but this is not that benzal. చలో బేటా, సో బెంజైల్ అండ్ అల్లైల్ హాలైడ్స్ అంటే దీన్ని మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏమంటాం? బెంజైల్. ఎక్కడ? ఇదిగో ఇది బెంజైల్, దిస్ వన్. నెక్స్ట్ అల్లైల్. చలో, in that previous part I think that we are already learned now, yeah. So CH2 double bond, CH2 is nothing but what? 1 to 2 carbons are there, means eth, and a double bond is there, ene, means ethene, and it is the common name is ethylene. Chalo bhai, it by removing that one hydrogen. Chalo, how can we write? CH2 double bond CH. What is it? Is that IUPAC name now? Okay, దీని ఐపాక్ నేమ్ ఏంటి? 1 2 ఈత్ ఈన్. మరి ఇదేంటి? ఈత్ ఈనాయిల్. దీని కామన్ నేమ్ ఏంటి? ఇథిలీన్. మరి దీని కామన్ నేమ్ ఏమంటాం ఇప్పుడు? వినాయిల్ అంటాం బెట. ఓకే, CH2 double bond CH, how it is obtained? On that removal of that one hydrogen from that ethene, means that alkene of hydrocarbon, isn't it na? So vinyl. So vinyl ki attachment of another alkyl group CH3. ఇప్పుడు ఈ కార్బన్ ఏమంటాం తెలుసా? అల్లైల్ కార్బన్. వాట్ ఇస్ దట్? అల్లైల్ కార్బన్. ఇప్పుడు దానికి హాలైడ్ అటాచ్ అయ్యి ఉండాలి. సో దట్ మీన్స్ హియర్ వి నీడ్ టు రిమూవ్ దట్ వన్ హైడ్రోజన్, మీన్స్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ CH3 హియర్ వి నీడ్ టు కెప్ట్ CH2 and should be X. Now it is known as what? Not ఇది వినైల్. ఇదంతా మొత్తం కలిపి ఏమవుతుంది? అల్లైల్ హాలైడ్. క్లియర్? మరి ఈ రెండిట్లో సో దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ దట్ కాంపౌండ్స్. చలో గెట్ చేయండి చూద్దాం. ఇది హాలోజన్ ఆటం. దట్ మీన్స్ దట్ లివింగ్ గ్రూప్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ఫా కార్బన్. చలో ఐడియా వచ్చి ఉంటుంది. బీటా కార్బన్. దట్ మీన్స్ దట్ ఇఫ్ దట్ పై బాండ్ ఈజ్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఆన్ ద బీటా కార్బన్, జస్ట్ నౌ we discussed in the differences between that SN1 and SN2. that last point, 11th point ఇదే బేటా. 11th point ఇదే, isn't it na? చలో మరి దాన్ని బట్టి చెప్పండి. ద బెంజైల్ అండ్ అల్లైల్ హాలైడ్స్ gives both యార్ ఏమిస్తాయి? SN1 అండ్ SN2 రెండు ఇచ్చే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి అన్నమాట ఇక్కడ. ఓకేనా? నెక్స్ట్, వాట్ అబౌట్ దిస్ వన్? బట్ వినైల్, వినైల్ అంటే ఇది మాత్రమే వినైల్. అండ్ అరైల్ మీన్స్ దిస్ వన్. ఓకే, వినైల్ అండ్ అరైల్ హాలైడ్స్ మీన్స్ దిస్ వన్. అరైల్ హాలైడ్ అంటాం. అంటే హైలోజన్ ఆటమ్ ఇస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ అటాచ్డ్ టు sp2 హైబ్రిడైజ్డ్ కార్బన్ ఆఫ్ ద బెంజీన్. దాన్ని అరైల్ హాలైడ్ అంటాం. ఓకేనా? సో ద వినైల్ halide and aryl halides gives SN1 not SN2. Okay na? So very important point should be noted. Okay, chalo beta. So after the completion of this one, let us practice that one question. After that we can end this part. Okay na? Okay my dear, let us start the question. Here I'm trying to write the question. Yes beta. So this is the question. Very silly question beta. Very silly question. So see, examine once. What is that? What is Kevin? Sorry. Just a moment. Yeah. Yes. Now we got. Yeah, little bit the disturbance is happened. So yes, now it is that clear to write over here. Yeah. So when alkyl halide, like alkyl chloride, when reacts with that sodium iodide, okay, in which that iodine I minus now can be has that nucleophile, whereas that chlorine should be that living group, okay, now over that acetone. So Ri, then NaCl is that removed. So in the above reaction, RCl is RCl లో R ఏమై ఉండొచ్చు అని అంటున్నాడు. దాట్స్ ఇట్. ఏమై ఉండొచ్చు బట్ అక్కడ it may be that CS3 or CS3CH2 or CS3CH. Here instead of that hydrogen, the deuterium is given better. Okay, తీసుకోవచ్చు, ఏం ప్రాబ్లం లేదు, isn't it now? And here C6H5 CH2Cl బదులు CH2. So here instead of that one more hydrogen, here is taken the deuterium D. Yes, తీసుకోవచ్చు. So eighth తీసుకోవచ్చు బెట, ఫస్ట్ టూనా లాస్ట్ టూనా. సో లెట్ us think that this is the type of that more than one option correct, like that advanced level లో వస్తుంది బెట. ఇది వెరీ సింపుల్. ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ దట్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ద అబోవ్, దట్స్ ఇట్. ఏదైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు. ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ ఏ బి సి డి, మీన్స్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దీస్. క్లియర్? ఓకే బెట. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద end part of the differences between the nucleophilic substitution reactions of that SN1 and SN2, and a few important points just we learn. After that, this is the one of the silly question is there. Okay, na beta? So in that next part we are going to learn very important like that the types of the nucleophilic substitution reaction in the part 4, part 5, I think. What? Okay, whatever it may be. In that next part of that video, we are going to learn the types of the SN reactions, like that intermolecular, intramolecular, and the SN reactions. How can we apply for this? That allyl halides separately. దీనికి బెట ఇదిగో ఇక్కడ allyl halide ఉంది కదా, ఓకేనా? ఈ allyl halide కి just by applying that SN1 and SN2 అప్లై చేసి ఎలా మెకానిజం అదంతా ఒకసారి చూద్దాం. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ బెంజైల్ కార్బన్, దీనికి ఒకసారి, ఓకేనా, వాటి స్టెబిలిటీ ఏంటి, రియాక్టివిటీ ఏంటి, ఓకే. సో దీని గురించి మనం నెక్స్ట్ పార్ట్ లో ట్రై చేద్దాం, ఓకేనా. సో డోంట్ మిస్. సో టిల్ దెన్ బాబాయ్, సీ యూ, హ్యావ్ ఎ గుడ్ డే, బాయ్ బేటా.